Hey, gun people. Gonna talk about something people are gonna say, what the hell does that have to do with guns? Washing your hands. Now, this may sound like a simple topic, but in law enforcement, we're always touching scrappy, pus-infected people shooting up needles with pus, blood. They don't wash their hands. They're nasty people who hygiene is the farthest thing from their mind. I mean, some of the houses I've been into, bloody Kotex on the ground, dirty diapers in the middle of the carpet. People are walking through it, cat piss, dog, horse crap, you name it. People have it in their houses. And then you deal with drug users who have been shooting up, or, you know, they're infected and they have these just scabs and nasty and blood. It's just, you deal with the most disgusting people in law enforcement, and washing your hands is critical. So, I've been asked, I don't know how many times, by people that don't even know me when I'm washing my hands at a restaurant or somewhere, are you a doctor? And I'm like, no, why? Well, the way you wash your hands, man, it seems like you're really good at it, or you do it really good. I'm like, what? And I think I'm just washing my hands, but I looked online before I did this to kind of see if there was a video on how to wash your hands properly, and I didn't find much. I found one lady that was a little too detailed, so I'm going to try to keep this semi-simple. Remember, they did a study several times on the dirtiest things that people touch. And of course, the toilet seat, people are always flushing the toilet seat. Most people don't wash their hands before they flush the toilet. So everybody that touches their ass or wipes themselves and then they flush the toilet, that's not a clean area. So when you flush the toilet, you're transferring germs. When people wash their hands like this, it drives me nuts. I see people come in and out of the bathroom. I'll walk in behind them, and here's how they wash their hands. And then they dry it. I'm like, are you serious? They don't use no soap, no nothing. They wet the tips of their fingers and clean it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's just one more reason why I got to clean my hands. I am a washing hands fool. I think it's very, just from working with cops and nasty and booking people in jail, been on crime scenes. You walk in there, my shoe comes untied, I'm walking through brain matter and blood, and I'm wearing the same shoes, and now I got to tie my shoe later, and I got to go. It's just the things you get exposed to in law enforcement. It's just very important to wash your hands. So, and I think it's important anytime. And maybe it's carried on, maybe I'm anal about it now, but you know, the key things about washing hands is when you're touching something. And again, they did that study. One of the most nasty things and germ-ridden thing is a gas pump. Everybody uses a gas pump, and nobody washes their hands before or after they use a gas pump. And everybody gets gas. So if you think you're only getting gas where clean people get gas, that ain't happening. So gas pumps, I keep a thing, I don't know if I have one down here or not. I usually keep one of these in my car, and I just pull one out after I use a gas pump and wipe my hands. Or if I stop and get something to eat and I haven't washed my hands in a while, I'll pull one of these out and wipe my hands. So I keep one of these in the car. But here's doctors, and again, they actually have a class of this in law enforcement academy. They teach you about bloodborne pathogens, how it's transferred, etc. So the importance of washing your hands is key, so you don't transfer, you know, hepatitis, AIDS, whatever it is. You're searching, people are hiding, you know, I've said in other videos, I'm chasing people and they're pulling dope out their ass and they're eating it. And then I'm tackling them, I'm handcuffing them, I'm handling their hands, and they're scratching me. And so, washing your hands, obviously I think I've made the point. So, you want to use warm water, get your hands nice and wet, deep sinks are better. Foam is what carries away the dirt, okay? So when foaming up your hands, if you don't have foam, you're not washing your hands good. So if you're using a little bit of that desanitizer or something that doesn't suds up, you're not washing your hands. So most people will just rub their hands together, the palms, and rinse. Where things get trapped, and when you're going to get transfer disease, you shake people's hands, you tuck doorknobs, etc. It gets on your fingertips, by your fingernails, in between your fingers, and nobody really washes the back of their hands. But when you're washing your hands, good vigorous rubbing is good, both front and back of both hands, in between the fingers, on tops and bottoms, and then somehow do your nails. Some people will do this, some people will do this. and rub them back and forth like that. I usually just give it one of those to get some suds and something underneath the fingernails. And again, I'm rubbing each finger almost with soap and vigorously making this. And then when you rinse, you want to rinse so the water transfers the suds and germs downward. If I rinse like this and I'm just moving them all around, it's not as effective. You'll notice doctors and medical, they always let the suds carry away the germs. And then when you touch this handle here, I've got a little prop here. Somebody just used the bathroom and they come out and they turn the faucet off. I'm like, are you serious? And now you got to turn the faucet on to wash your hands. It's peanut butter, people. But anyway, when you turn the faucet off, nobody cleans the handles. I usually wipe the handle when I'm done. If I'm using a paper towel or something, if I wipe my hands, you can either turn the faucet off with that, wipe it. I usually use that to open the door because most people don't wash it. Like I said, a lot of people wash their hands doing a fingertip rub, and then that's it. They sprinkle the water and they think their hands are clean. So again, I'll do it real quick just one time. This is basically without me talking. If I was just going to wash my hands, this is how I would do it. And it doesn't take that long. They say it's supposed to take 15 seconds or more. You can sing happy birthday 3 times, or there's all kinds of different little things. But I just usually get between the fingers, get my fingernails. It doesn't take that long. Rinse down, let the water fall, turn off the water to the back of my hand, and then wipe my hands. So washing your hands, hopefully I covered it. It's important. Hopefully you get some tips on how to properly wash your hands. I consider it a compliment when somebody calls me a doctor because of the way I wash my hands. I'm like, good, I must be doing a good job. So your goal is to go out there and have somebody accuse you of being a doctor because you wash your hands so good in the bathroom. All right? Hopefully that helps. Shooting, people are like, this is a shooting channel. You should always wash your hands after you shoot your gun. Gases, explosives, leads, all that gets on your hand if you go eat. Again, we used to train that for cops and in the military. Anytime you shoot a gun, you definitely want to wash your hands. You even want to change your clothes, take a shower, wash. You don't, all that stuff and lead and things in the air fly around. It lands on your skin, your clothes, your hair, etc. So you're carrying that lead around. So washing your hands for shooting, or whether you're washing it because you're dealing with dirty, nasty people that don't wash their hands. Hopefully that helps, and we'll end that there.